Nottingham Forest are linked with Bellingham. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. I hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news. Coming up, we got some transfer information for you. There's a huge superstar name is linked with Forest, but it's actually him. We've also replied back, by the way, to those of you who won the free tickets to Stuart Pearce. So go check it out on the community tab if you entered in to see Pearce this coming Wednesday the 26th. Yeah, Wednesday 26th. Go check to see if you've replied. Get in touch with us with WhatsApp. You've got till Friday. Otherwise, I'm going to give them to someone else. And don't forget, we got another Patreon transfer video coming out as well tomorrow for you Patreonees. If you want to be a member and support us, scan the QR code. Okay, let's jump into this because Forest are being linked with Bellingham. No, obviously it's not Jude Bellingham, it's Jobe Bellingham. I am Jobe Bellingham. He's 19 years old, and he's good. He's very good. Is he as good as his brother? I don't quite think so. But does he have the potential? 100% does. He's a central midfielder. What did I say? He was 19 years old. At Birmingham, he played 24 games. Then he moved to Sunderland in 2023, 79 games with 11 goals. He's worked his way through the England youth levels from under 17s to 18s to 19s. He's played games there and up to 21s now as well. But what is the story here? Well, there are plenty of clubs linked to him. And let's be honest, having the surname Bellingham is going to help his credibility. We've seen it in the past before. Remember Jordi Cruyff, Cliver currently. All these people, you know, even in other sports, Eubank, players like that, people like that, they'll all use that family name to sort them out. And I don't blame them. I'd do the same thing myself. So the report is that the reports that are coming out, that Bellingham will be leaving to move to the Premier League this summer. However, the Black Cats do hold all the cards because they have him under a long contract down until 2028. But contracts mean nothing these days apart from the valuation of the player. Because if a player wants to leave, then it's all about how much, not if. Now, the reported fee that he will be able to drive is about 20 million, there or thereabouts. And there are plenty of teams interested in him. Just trying to find who they are now. The likes of Manchester United are, Forest are, Chelsea, Spurs, Brighton. All these clubs are sniffing around, and obviously we are as well. Where does he play? Central midfielder. Is he like his brother? A little bit. He has some traits of it, but not quite. He can play as a CDM. I think he's more of an 8. He's not like an outstanding goal scorer either from that midfield. It's not for me. He's a real box crasher, but he's a solid 8 for me. Is he what Forest need? I don't know. I don't know is the answer. Maybe. I wouldn't say no to him. Is that because of the surname? But let's take the surname out of this for a second. If you take the surname out of it, we are buying a championship player. That's what we're doing. We're buying potential. 20 million for potential is quite a bit. Now, there are examples where that potential has worked coming out the championship. Gyökeres, look what he's gone on to do. You got Warburton, that's what I like to call him anyway, over at Crystal Palace. Look what he's doing. And Eze, Elise, these kind of people, they came from Reading, didn't they, to Palace and so on. So all these type of players, there is an untapped resource in that championship. But my worry is there's a little too much tagged to Jobe because of the Bellingham surname. Let me say this, he's not number 1 on my shopping list for this summer. But he would create some crazy hype around Forest if he came through. I ain't against us signing him. I don't think 20 million is that big a splash for a club as rich as us with the heritage that we have with the 2 stars we do. I get it. And those other clubs that I mentioned, Chelsea, Man United, Brighton, Spurs, I mean, most of those have been in a relegation battle this season. So we wouldn't have much competition if we did want to go in and get him. But my gut instinct says no on this one. I think there's potential in him, but he wouldn't be a starter. He'd need to work his way through the ranks within Forest to then earn that position in the starting 11. What do you guys think? Are you on board for Jobe, or are you more a hey Jude on that one? I'm funny, I know. Get your thoughts in down below. All right, let's touch on our striker, Cristiano Woodinho. And Sarah Clapson, shout out to her, good friend of ours, has reported that Chris Wood wants to end his career in New Zealand. And I don't think that's any big surprise, but it means he's starting to think about what may be down the road ahead. Obviously, he signed a new contract under Forest, but I think this will be his last major contract, if you like. So Chris Wood is about to leave for pastures, no, I say about a couple of years from now. But the real question is, what do we need to do to replace him? Are there some of you that are interested in upgrading Taiwo back to that number 1 position for that number 9 shirt? Or do you think we have to recruit externally? And then what type of profile player would you take? I know a lot of you are interested in Yuri Alberto, who we will do a feature on. I think there's a good chance that Forest could end up being, again, at least heavily linked with him or getting it over the line, because there were many reports to suggest that was going to happen in January. But we definitely need a profile. Look, my stance on it is simple. I think we can get another 6 months out of Chris Wood in terms of the start of next season towards the latter end of it. I think he'll probably pick up a couple of injuries. At that age, it's more likely that happens. But that's why we need a Yuri Alberto to come in and just be the understudy and build and get used to the Premier League. So I like that combo. But I still think Marinakis has a trick up his sleeves. I know whenever I talk about strikers, there are some of you that will put in the comments, Osman, Gyökeres, Isak, yeah? I don't think we're quite there yet. Even me, as a deluded one, wouldn't take it that far. It's not going to be a million miles off. But there will be many restrictions coming our way going into the Champions League. So don't think for a second, just because we got Champions League football, it means Forest can just splash the cash. If you want a video on all those restrictions, we will do one for you once Champions League is confirmed. But yeah, what do you think about Chris Wood going back to New Zealand? Are you up for that, or do you think he should just retire forever in Nottingham? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to claim your tickets if you've won the tickets for Stuart Pearce. Congratulations to those winners. We'll be back tomorrow with another video and a further transfer video over on Patreon. So if you're supporting us on that, some more transfer news coming your way. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you are new here. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.